name is Lynda Tache, and this is my son, Grant Tache.
Hi.
And we're just really excited to be here to share our story and how we would become involved with the Garden Foundation. When Grant was 6 months old, there were some signs that I saw. It was my first child. I didn't really know how to compare that to anything else. There were some delays. I would call his name and he didn't look at me or turn around. So I always had concerns, and every time I went to the pediatrician, I would ask, why is he doing this, and what can I do as a parent to help him do better as he develops? And the pediatrician said, oh, Lynda, he's a boy, they develop later, let's just check in 6 months. Finally, when Grant was 5 years old, we got a diagnosis of high-functioning autism, ADHD, and some sensory disorder issues. It was just, really, it was bittersweet, because once we got the diagnosis, it was like, okay, now what? So in 2009, I talked to a few friends of mine, and I got this wild idea to start a nonprofit. It was called Grant to Gift, after my son Grant. Grant was going through all the programs and services. I was really excited about how far we've come. It's going really great, and now I'm here to work with others in the community and help my son continue to transition into adulthood. Really, there's a lot of focus on early intervention and even in elementary school, middle school services. But as they get older into high school, there's a lot of shortfalls in what's offered there. I actually heard about the Garden Foundation was actually through a friend of mine. He said, you really need to meet this person, Taylor Gardner, who is starting an organization to serve adults with intellectual and developmental challenges. So I was so excited when I first heard that, because all the years that I was running my organization, I would get calls all the time for people that needed different types of support and services, different programming that really no one here was doing on a really comprehensive level. Because a lot of times I didn't know where to send these families, so I was just like, wow, I need to meet this woman and know more about this organization. And I was actually invited to the ribbon cutting grand opening, and met Taylor and her family and her sister, and I was just 100% excited and blown away, because I was seeing the great things that they were doing for these adults that really were misplaced. Once they turn 22, there's really no services in the school district anymore, and there's a cliff that they fall off of. So it's good to know that there is some organization here that is focusing on that age range. One day, Taylor and I were talking. She was talking about this community internship program, and then it was like, oh my gosh, light bulb came on. We said Grant might be a perfect fit for this community internship program. Grant, right now has this passion for video editing and making videos. With his skill set that he still needs to learn a lot of things, it wouldn't be easy to go approach a company and say, hey, can he do an internship?
I think my biggest challenge when it comes to just anything in general is focusing and just putting my mind to it. That's why I have people like Anthony who are dedicated to helping me. Some of my friends tell me I'm a pretty good editor, so I figured, hey, maybe this is what I can pursue. I have a lot to learn, but I love what I'm learning so far.
It's so wonderful to have organizations like the Garden Foundation that are really focused on the transition age, going into adulthood and into young adulthood and so on. And it's been wonderful as a parent to see him so excited and proactive about wanting to be with Anthony and wanting to learn.
I always look forward to this every Friday. It's so fun coming here. One thing I've learned from the internship is that this isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. If you want to make your stuff professional, you really got to learn what I'm learning right now if you want to pursue what I'm pursuing.
This has been a real growth process for Grant, because there's really a structure to this program, in addition to him just learning, about video editing and the techniques and different cameras. And what's been really cool is that after 90 days of working with the Garden Foundation, we sat down and we really evaluated the certain goals that we had, right, and benchmarks for him. And it was great, because what I thought was cool is he did his own self-assessment. So just the self-advocacy and self-determination skills that I'm seeing him learn through this program is invaluable. The other really cool thing that's come out of this whole internship is that Grant has made new friends. And we know that our children that have special needs, as they're turning into adults, sometimes it's really hard to build those relationships and make friends. But since he does different projects with different outings, he's actually made some friends through the clients of the Garden Foundation. It's been a really special thing to be involved, and it feels like family. So again, we're grateful to Taylor Gardner and the Garden Foundation and Anthony for really investing their time in our family and Grant's future for him to be successful. So thank you so much.